Hi, I'm Don, and this is The Hobbyist Geek. Welcome back, y'all. Today we are continuing our Star Trek Enterprise D build. We have pack 11. This model is spectacular so far. So enough talking from me. Let's just get back into this thing. And here are the parts that we get with stage 39. We have deck panel, a U207. We have more escape pod hatches, more dark windows, more clear windows, and we have the right neck front reflector. We have more deck panel lights, awesome, and of course some screws. All right, to kick things off, we're going to bring out our neck section here, and if you'll recall, we have these two LED strings, one on the bottom, one on the top. I know this is upside down, so really this is the bottom and that's top, but you know, you get the idea. We're going to separate them out, and for this we're only going to be using the red and blue strings. We're going to bring out the neck section that we did before along with the windows, and we've got our reflector here, which will just sit on top much like this. The lower section here, lights, will go here, and the upper ones here, and then we'll use 3 CP screws to hold everything in place. So let me go ahead and get that done. All right, should look a little something like that when you're done. Well, yep, lights are still coming on. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, first up, we're gonna populate our deck panel with windows and escape pod hatches, and we're gonna bring out U208, which came with stage 31 here, and we're gonna populate this with escape pod hatches and windows. So you're gonna need 11 escape pod hatches, 9 clear windows, and 4 dark windows to populate both. So let's go ahead and get that done. All right, and here is the layout of U207. Remember that you got the label on the panel right here to know which is which. And when it comes to the windows, those are a suggestion. You can do those windows clear and dark however you so choose. The same goes for U208. I am merely following the directions. All right, so bring our saucer back out again. Keep in mind the orientation. Here's our PCB that we've done so far. And we're going to start with U207. Now, what we're going to do is put it right here, okay? And you should already have 2 LEDs unassigned. You've got the red-blue one right here, and you've got the yellow-green one right here. So red and blue is going to go into this slot, and green and yellow will go into this slot, and then this will come in from underneath to hold it in place, much like so. The big holes here are going to get BM screws, so 6 of those, and the little ones will get EM screws, so 4 of those. So let me go ahead and get this in, and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, beautiful. It should look a little something like that when you're done. When you flip it over, look at that. Got our lights going just right. Everything looks gorgeous. All right, let's see what's next. All right, next up, you're gonna take the LED string that you got this time around, and we're gonna feed it through this hole here, right here. And yellow, black will go into this slot. Red, blue will come over this bar and go into this slot. So it should look a bit like that when you're done. And now we can flip it over. And we're going to bring out U208. That'll come in, attach onto here, and it's going to go exactly the same way with 6 BM screws for the frame and 4 EM screws for the reflector attachments. All right, should look a bit like that when you're done. And these are the 3 still loose cables not attached to the PCB yet. And just look at that. Absolutely spectacular. All right. Sadly, that is the end of stage 39. So let's see what stage 40 has in store. And here are the parts we get with stage 40. We have deck panel U106. We have U106A, the reflector panel that goes with it. And U106A1, another reflector panel that goes with it. We have more escape pod covers, more clear windows, more dark windows, and of course the right neck rear windows. We have 2 more LED strings. One is a double, one is a single, and a few screws. All right, we'll kick off things with the easy part. We've got our neck piece here. We've got our windows, and they're basically just going to sit in here like this. And that's really it for now for the neck. All right, next up, we're going to populate our new deck panel here. We need 8 escape pod covers, 8 clear windows, and 4 dark windows. So let's go ahead and get those in. And here is the layout as per the instructions. Okay, we're going to start by putting on reflector U106A. And that is going to go on right in here, much like this. We're going to take the single bulb line, and that's going to come in on the left side here. And we're going to take the green and yellow bulb from the double string, and that'll come in on the right side. And then we'll use 4 DM screws to hold it in place. All right, with all this in place, we're going to bring out the other reflector, U106A1. The remaining bulb here, the red and black, will go into there. And then we'll just put it in place, and again, 4 more of these DM screws to secure it. All right, and there you go. Of course, plug it in to test it. Look at that, spectacular. Okay, getting this in is going to be pretty fun, actually. First off, you're going to want to take the double line here, and that's going to go into this gap next to the PCB right here. The single line is actually going to go into this small hole here, and of course these tabs will slide underneath these panels to hold everything in place. So let's go ahead and do this. Just like this. Look at that. That's pretty nice. Now we're going to bring this back around, and here's where things are going to get real fun. First, you've got a hole right here for a BM screw. The other BM screw, there's a second one, is buried down in here beneath all these cables. So while you're doing this, be very careful not to damage the PCB or any of these cables. All right, look at that. Lines up perfectly. Okay, and yep, our cables are coming out exactly where they're supposed to go. So, for our double length cable here, or I should say double LED cable, that's actually going to come and it's going to plug into this port right here on the top row of the PCB. Just like that. And for our single cable, that's going to plug into this little hole right here on the bottom left of the PCB. All right, and with those in place, you're going to want to take this excess cable here and you just kind of want to stuff it underneath the PCB as best you can. All right, similar to this. Absolutely not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but it looks nice. So let's plug the power into our PCB again. Make sure those LEDs light up. And they do. Look at that. Man, this is really looking nice. All right, next up, we're going to take U107 here. And that is going to come right over here. The lead is going to come into this little gap right there, just like that. And we'll attach it the same way with these tabs sliding into here. Just like that. And on the back side, you've got two little holes right here for more BM screws. So let me go ahead and make that happen. All right. Should look a little something like that when you're done. This lead is not going to plug into anything, so I've got it in our test board right now. And we flip it over, still fully functional. And that completes stage 40. All right, here are the parts we get with stage 41. Yet another deck panel, U304. And we have the associated reflector as well. More dark windows, more clear windows, more escape pod covers. We have the right neck rear reflector and this little tiny piece right here that they're calling the photon torpedo launcher. So that's cool. We also have another double line of LEDs and some more zip ties and some screws. All right, we're gonna kick things off by populating our new deck panel here. You're gonna need 3 escape pod covers, 15 clear windows, and 17 dark windows to follow the instructions. All right, and this is the layout as per the instructions. And now we're going to put our reflector on. We're going to kick things off with taking our brand new LED string, do a little split. The yellow and black will go, well, it's on the left side when you're looking at it this way. So right up in here, just like that. We'll pop this on. Beautiful. And now here, here, and here, we're going to use BP screws. All right, just like that. Let's plug it in, give it a little test. Beautiful. Awesome. All right. All right, bringing our saucer back out. Make sure you've got it oriented correctly. Check your labels. This right here should be U303. Okay. And we've got these 2 gaps right here. Our LED line will come up through here. Then the red and blue will come down through here. And now we will plug it into this frame. All right, should look a little something like this. We're gonna bring it in, and right here and here, we're gonna use CP screws to hold it all in place. Okay, this did not want to go in quite right. It just required some readjustment of the LEDs and whatnot. But it's in now and looking pretty good. Oh, I don't know if that was showing up. It's looking pretty good. All right, now we got to do a little bit of cable management. Sadly, these will not be plugged in yet. I think that's because it's going to require another PCB. But from this little solo section here, all of these leads are going to come together as neatly as you can, and then we're going to take one of those zip ties and we're going to tie it to this support right there, and all of the leads should come up and go through this gap. And it should look a little something like that when you are done. Look at that. Oddly, my zip tie here is not zipping. It's just flowing through. It's not securing. I'm going to try the other one and see if that does it any better, but that's what it'll be when you're done. All right, as you might have expected, it's time to work on our neck section here. We've got the remaining reflector, and that is going to go in right here, much like this. We're going to take the yellow and black leads from here, with the lower one going here and the upper one going there. Much like this. 3 more CP screws to hold it in place. Should look a bit like that when you're done. Run a little test. Gorgeous. All right. Now, what you're going to want to do is take that little plastic piece that is the photon torpedo launcher. And there's a little peg. It's basically a flat piece of plastic. I don't know how well this is showing up. And a little peg that comes off at an angle. So make sure you've got it angled appropriately, and it's going to slot in right here. So let's see if we can't make that happen. Yeah, little something like that. And now comes the fun part. Okay, what you're going to want to do is you're probably going to want to loosen or even remove this upper section here. Because it's going to get in the way. I guarantee it will. So I'm just going to go ahead and take this off for now. Okay, so this, you're going to want to get all your cables inside, line this thing up like so, make sure that this little reflector goes underneath here. And you've got another slot here for the other side of this photon torpedo launcher. And then you've got these 3 holes here which will line up with screw bases here for BM screws. So let me see if I can make all of this happen. All right, there it is, fully attached. We got our little photon torpedo light there. And this is an entirely self-contained section at this point. It is completely sealed. There are no extra leads coming out anywhere. So I'm thinking the body is definitely going to have its own power source. We're going to end up with like 3 power switches on this thing, and probably 3 battery packs too. I also doubt we're even going to see the neck again until it's time to put it on the body. But this is great. This is awesome. All right. That sadly ends stage 41. Let's see what stage 42 has in store. And here are the parts that you get with stage 42. Looks like I might have been wrong about the neck coming back out. We have another deck panel. This is U305. We've got the associated reflector and some more deck lights. We also have some dark windows, some clear windows, a transporter emitter pad, though I don't know where this is going to go. And we have a bunch of screw covers. These are just like little plug-in screw covers that are probably going to go onto the battle section. We got little ones here too. So very cool. Let's get started. All right, we'll kick things off with our screw covers, and it looks like our transporter emitter pad as well. The emitter pad is actually going to stick right there, so that's just a little sticker. Let's get that backing off and get that sticker in. Very nice. Now, there are actually 2 different types of these little beaded screw covers. One is incredibly thin. The other is a bit thicker on one side and kind of angled. You're going to take the bigger one, and that's going to go in here, and the thin one is going to go right there. And we should just be able to push these things in. Alright, just like that. Now we've got this wonderful little piece here, and that will go there. The pins are a little off center, so it should only go one way. We'll just push that in. Look at that, beautiful. And same for this one. Pins are a little off center. Should just go one way. Great. And then this is a sticker as well, and that will go right here. So let's get that backing off, and we'll stick that puppy on too. All right, just like that. do have my concerns about the sticky portion here. Hopefully we won't have to come back and glue those in, but for now it is holding. So we'll leave it at that and say, cool, that looks wonderful. Now you do have an extra thick and an extra thin of these little dot screw covers. I don't know if we're going to be using those later, so definitely make sure you hang on to them just in case. And since we only did the one side, I'm guessing this is going to come back out in pack 12 to finish off the screw covers. We will see. Alright, next up we're going to populate our new deck panel here. You are going to need 18 clear windows and 13 dark windows. So let's go ahead and get that done. Alright, and that is the layout as per the instructions. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and put our reflector on. We're going to take our brand new cable here, and red will go here, yellow on the other side. Alright, like that. And 3 BP screws to hold it all in place. Beautiful. Look at that. Awesome. All right, and to finish this pack off, we're going to take this and put it into this gap. This is U304, this is U306, and this will go right in the middle. Our LED string will come up through this gap, just like that. And 2 CP screws here and here to hold everything in place. All right, there it is, fully assembled. And look at that, spectacular. Sadly, that is the end of pack 11. But look at how everything is coming. Look at this saucer section. Still can't get everything powered up, but we've got all these panels here that we've added. We've got panels all over here that we've added, and we've connected the rear to the front. Done some more cable channel, got more of these to light up all at once. And we've pretty much finished our neck section here. Just got some screw covers to go, as far as I can tell. And this looks spectacular. Look at that. It's awesome. Anyway, that's it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Have a great day.